Hey everybody, it's Wally here, Broadway Strong Fitness. I'm doing a weekly segment, Talk to Me Tuesdays, where you ask me a couple of questions and I basically answer them to the best of my ability for you to give you tips and ideas and hacks to be able to get the most out of it for yourself. All right, this week I posed a question last week and a few people asked some questions this week. First one, if you could choose 3 to 5 exercises, what would they be and why? Some lessons you've learned the hard way with fitness. How do you stretch muscles that are hard to get to? Favorite foods to keep you in shape. How do you stay motivated during the cold season or the dark season, winter blues? And somebody asked, how do you stay awesome? That's really funny coming from who that came from. So I'll get into all of these now. And the first one I want to get into is what would be 3 to 5 exercises that I would do. I wouldn't use the gym, honestly, because we don't have that access everywhere we're at. So I would say a squat, because we all have to learn how to be able to get up and stand up. I would say a sit up, because we all have to keep our abdomen connected. I would say a push up movement, so that you can get yourself off the ground or up if you need to. A overhead pressing motion, so that you're able to reach to the top counter, cabinet, whatever, lift somebody up if you need to. And lastly, a sprint. You need to be able to run, because that will help your cardiovascular system. That will help your body be able to connect to its system a lot quicker, because if you sprint, everything has to work together. So those will be some of the movements. They're very simple, and they could be different variations of them as well. Like you can do different squats, you can do pulses, you can do jump squats and different things like that. You can do different variations of abdominal stuff. So it doesn't have to just be those 5, but I would incorporate those 5 movements if you want to streamline it and get the most out of weight loss and get your body accelerated as fast as you want. Then second one is lessons I've learned the hard way through fitness. I would say it's a long haul. Don't beat your body up. We only have one of them. So since we only have that one, I would say take care of it. I would say less is more. You don't need to be in the gym for 2-3 hours at a time unless you're getting paid for it. Otherwise, it should be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and you're in, you're out, and you're taking care of your body. Now, what I mean by taking care of your body, it would be resetting it, finding ways to find out tight points and loosen those areas up. Like if you get headaches and things like that, you would loosen up your shoulders like this, especially if you type. That will help all of this and making sure your posture is good. And that leads me into the next point, which would be how would you stretch muscles that are hard to get to? Typically, stretching, I don't agree with, because you have to stretch so many different areas just to get to what you want. Give me 1 second. Did that keep recording? Oh, it did. Damn it, I messed up. Now, that leads me into my next point, stretching. I'm not a really big fan of stretching, because that will have you pulling muscles in one, or so to say stretch your chest, a lot of people will go here and move their arm back or go up and overhead, but you're not stretching your chest. You're stretching your chest, your shoulder, the socket, your lat, your bicep. Whereas if you were to put a ball or something right in one particular spot, you can pinpoint the movement. That way, you're able to go ahead and stretch your chest every time you move, and it has nothing to do with your shoulder. You can put something there and stretch and loosen up your shoulder, and it doesn't have anything to do with your chest. So they can all loosen up, so that way when they need to work together, they're all loose individually, not just one part got loosened up and you don't know what's actually helping what. So I would say localize, get a roller kit, get something that a roller kit or a ball so that you can do your lower half with something that you can press with, and a ball with something for your upper half to get into upward posture and not be pulling down. Okay? Now, some foods that I love, or my staple foods that I go to keep me in shape. And these are similar to the workouts, because what I do here is I have base items and then everything can be derived from those. So like I love eggs, I love fish, I love chicken, I love veggies, I love fruits. I eat beef from time to time, but not too often steak. If it is, it's a tender cut, because you don't want to be chewing on that and then that just sits in your stomach and then that takes 2 weeks to digest. If you got to chew it and it feels like gum, spit it out. I tell you that about beef instantly. So those are some of my staple foods, and those are high in protein. The veggies are very good carbohydrates. And then if you have those base and those staples, you can have your sweets, you can have your cakes, you can have your chips and your things, because everything's not going to be all over the place with your balance. You will still have a healthy balance. That's what we're aiming for. So I use those and then build on that from there. And then with the weather breaking, and well, you got a couple more weeks and then the days start getting longer. But during the winter, during the seasonal blues or things like that, I don't wear a coat most of the time if you see me, so you guys know. But I go ahead and trick my mind and say, what if I was living in Alaska or Antarctica or somewhere like that where it's always cold? I would just go ahead and adjust to it and go like that. But if you don't feel that mindset is for you, you can go ahead and make sure you're eating well. And when you eat well, your blood flows better. And when your blood flows, it stays to the extremities. Breathing exercises, because once you get the cold, most people do like that. So if you focus on breathing all the way through, you will activate your fight or flight system. And when you do that, your blood will start flowing, and you're not going to be panicked because it's a controlled action. And since it's controlled, you'll be able to adjust, relax, and be good to go. And then that will get the blood flowing to your extremities, and that will go ahead and keep you warmer for longer. Okay, lastly, I don't want this to be too long. Somebody asked me, how do I stay awesome? Now, this is the Russian frog. You. How are you going to ask me that when you run in the mountains for fun, like miles? You go ahead and you can fix and build and tinker with anything. You're awesome, dude. And I got to get your ankle mobility program so that I can give it to my clients as well. So that's very, 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 very cool of you to do all of that stuff and then say, how do I stay so awesome? But to fully answer your question, brother, the way I can be perceived to be awesome is because I honestly just try to seek the truth out. I don't try to be right. If I'm wrong, I will instantly say that I'm wrong and say that something else makes more sense. I'm not trying to hold my stance. I'm trying to seek the truth. And in doing so, people will, over time, like you've been around with me for a long time. You know, I'm not trying to BS nobody. I'm not trying to sell them shit that they don't need. I'm trying to show with the most minimalistic ways how to get the most out of your body for a long amount of time. Because most people want to go ahead and beat you up for this summer when they're not caring about next winter or next summer or the ones after that. So I'm not trying to sell you anything, push anything. I'm just trying to live through truths that have helped me, help my clients, and things of that nature. So that is what I am perceived as awesome for. I appreciate that. I just try to push my body, try to test the limits, and keep it going. All right. If that was helpful, if that was interesting, please, please, please leave some comments below. I'm going to tag everybody that asked me the questions. And then I want you to ask me some more for next week. What are some tips or tricks that I can help you with to help you live longer, feel more comfortable and be able to relax in your skin for a long, 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 long time. All right? While we're here, talk to you soon.